now see how AI can solve those things. Now in AI, one of the first best thing that you can do is, if you have a idea, if you have some research problem or a topic in your mind, you can improvise. You can improvise using an AI tool. Okay, in particular, we'll talk about generative AI tools in this class because that they are much easier to understand. Okay, now I can use an AI generative AI tool to generate ideas, to develop ideas, to enhance the flow of my research processes. For example, I want to do research about a topic. For example, I want to do. I'm currently working on a topic called digital fashion. Okay, so I want to work on digital fashion. Okay, what is the question? What is the research question here? What is the research problem here? I don't know. I'm curious to do. I'm very interested to do, but I don't know what exactly to ask, how exactly to proceed, etc. So I will ask AI tool for that. Okay, you can ask AI tool to generate an idea as to how to do a research related to digital fashion or virtual clothing. Okay, so it is going to do a study. It is going to give you an answer. It is going to show you that these are the emerging topics on these areas. So if you want to do digital, if you want to do a study, if you want to write a research paper on digital fashion, you have to collect some data related to fashion design. Fashion design is an art-oriented subject or humanities-oriented subject. Then you have to use it in terms of finance. You need to use it in terms of, say, computer science or IT, because these wallets, these NFTs, right? All these things are blockchain, cryptocurrencies, the payment systems, online payment systems, they come from finance, right? And it also involves culture, because not everyone wishes to use digital tools. So there are cultural barriers. There are some social related things also to be considered, etc. So it will ask you, it will tell you that if you want to do a study on this, these many aspects are there, these many emerging topics are there, etc. in a broad area of the subject. Right, and it can help you develop a hypothesis. So, for example, what questions should I ask the system? Or I mean, I'll ask the system to generate questions for me. Okay, I want to do a study on digital fashion. Give me some questions, research questions that I can study on that. So it will give you some things. You decide. It will generate any number of things for you. For example, I'll ask the system, generate 10 research questions on this topic. It will give you 10 questions. But can I take all the 10 questions? Maybe not. If you ask 20, it will give you 20 also, but that doesn't mean that you can do everything. Because in research, you need to also weigh the resources that you have, the time that you have, the feasibility. Can you do it? Like, it's okay. The system is generating questions for you, but are these questions worth it in the first place? Can I attempt those problems? Can I probably try to solve the problems? Is it feasible to do, to conduct the research or not? Right? And it is going to reduce your researcher bias, because when you do research, you look at your comfort of somehow solving the problem, somehow planning and generating some thesis report, etc. But in the guise of hurrying to do something, you may forget several aspects. So the system tells you, you are not considering these aspects of your in the study. So please include them also in order for it to be complete. Like this, it is going to reduce researcher bias. Okay. Then it is going to assist in brainstorming. You can give an idea to the system, ask it, okay, within the subject of digital fashion, I want to talk about virtual clothing, especially Indian virtual clothing. Okay, is it a good idea to study virtual clothing? I'll ask the question to AI system. So the AI will help you. It will tell, AI will tell you, India is a very big country. Indians are definitely hooked and addicted to internet, and they are on Instagram and WhatsApp and Facebook. And they use avatars a lot, and Indians, because of data privacy laws, they are now more cautious. They are loving privacy than earlier times. So they want to show their profile, but they don't want to show their picture, their real photograph, like how I'm doing now. Okay, so the system tells you that India is definitely a nice country for this study, or it may say India doesn't like these kind of things. For example, India doesn't like European fashion. India is a more culture-driven country. So Indians don't like the avatars of the Western or maybe other countries, but India's own grown traditional dresses on the internet also will be very popular. For example, when Diwali comes, do you come in a suit for Diwali? Have you ever seen an advertisement for Diwali, which is where the family is in like a formal professional dress? Absolutely not. Right? Every Diwali advertisement, no matter what the product is, showcases people in traditional family dresses. Is it not? So you these kind of the interaction you can do with the AI system. So it will tell you in a positive way as well as in a negative way. It is your friend forever kind of when it comes to doing good research, and it can help you develop a questionnaire. Okay, I identified out of say 10, 20, 30 after studying a lot, I decided, okay, I myself using my head, I came up with 5 questions. So I told the system, I'm going to do a study with these 5 research questions. For these research questions, I want to develop a questionnaire. Okay, can you help me develop a questionnaire? In the questionnaire, I want to ask 20 questions. So what should be the 20 questions I should ask in the questionnaire? And the system gives you some options. You decide what to include, what not to include, etc. So AI is definitely helping you in questionnaire design, right? But earlier days, what we used to do, we used to prepare 50 questions first. Go to your supervisor. He will filter down and then give you 30. Now go to the HOD or go to the RRM. The RRM people will remove another 10, 20. Eventually, you will end up with 20. So you are thinking 50 questions. You literally search everywhere, think on your own for weeks together to prepare the list. And eventually, the 20 questions will go there. And even if you do the research with those 20 questions, there could be a lot of bias. Your foreign educator might not accept your questions, might not like your research, right? Because he may not understand your culture or the troubles or the kind of limitations that you have in the local. So with AI doesn't represent any geography, right? It is like I mean, it appears to be a living thing, but it's basically a non-living thing, right? So it doesn't have any representation or a bias of or a country or anything like that. It is thinking neutral all the time. So it helps you to prepare the 50 questions and then shortlist, or if you prepare questions and ask it, it will help you to improve. So what I will probably do is I don't ask the AI system to generate questions. I will prepare the questions myself first. Then I will ask, is this a good question? Then the system says, this is a good question, but you can improvise it. For example, you can change this phrase. You can hint. It can be open-ended question. You cannot ask this question in a Likert scale. It will tell you, it will suggest you, it will make you a better researcher. Right? Earlier, I am preparing the questions, but I'm not sure my question is correct or not. Okay? So with the help of AI, I am able to ask better questions. Asking questions is the basic duty of any student or a scholar. Scholars have to keep thinking. Students have to ask questions. If the moment we are moving out of it, no matter what software you have, what technology you have, they're all useless because you don't know how to ask. This is literally the problem with many students these days, especially high school students, because they are what I call an AI generation, because they are the first people to use AI in a very big way throughout their entire life, because they just got consciousness. They know what mobile phone is, what internet is, what AI is. So for the rest of the life, AI will be there. So they are the first generation of people who will be literally not using their heads for anything. They don't even know how to communicate because they think that if you give phrases, automatically the system will understand and ask and answer. Right? So unfortunate situation, but then again, coming to the context, you frame a question, you tell the system, this is my topic of PhD study. Okay, this is the question I want to ask because I want to find out these particular data, capture this data. Is this a good question? It will tell you, it will help you. All AI tools, whether it is a paid tool or a free tool, always tries to help you to reframe your question, reframe your title, reframe your abstract, whatever it is in a better way. So I will ask, I want to do a study in Tamil Nadu. Okay, I want to, what is the population of Tamil Nadu? I mean, in my case, for example, how many people use digital clothing in Tamil Nadu? You need to have some evidence, right? You need to have some supporting statistical data. So it will tell you according to the internet statistics, according to BSNL report or according to NASCOM report, Tamil Nadu has a very good penetration of technology, or so they use lots of mobile phones, and they spend a lot of time on the internet, etc. These particular research reports or these particular industry reports said that the population of Tamil Nadu, which has internet access and which uses avatars, etc., is this much. Some number it will give you. It will tell you this. If you want to do a study, you can take up a sample size like this. This is the sampling method you have to use. These are the major metro cities in Tamil Nadu. So focus on these centers. If you want to do a study of metro versus rural, I mean urban versus rural kind of a study, take these as urban areas, these as rural areas. If you want to expand, you can include the entire South India. You can include the entire India. For example, if your studies on entire India, it will suggest you take 10 people from Tamil Nadu, take 8 people from Andhra Pradesh, Take 10 people from Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. According to population or according to some logic, you have to take your sample in this way. It will generate a figure also. You can create a map also saying that this is how I have picked up the sample. Okay, using geospatial, using demographic tools, etc. AI tools already know all these things. It helps you to frame the survey questions. It tries to scale up or scale down. For example, you designed a scale. You developed on a 3-point Likert scale. Your supervisor said it should be 5-point Likert scale. Your HOD said it should be 8.7-point Likert scale. So if you want to increase the scale, you can scale up. If you want to reduce the scale, you can scale down. You can change the options in the Likert scale, right? So if you have a problem in phrasing, it is going to identify the mistakes and then fix those mistakes. Bias, for example, can be reduced, right? Unknowingly we have bias. Unknowingly we have bias. Everyone has a researcher bias, right? So our research should be neutral in nature. So AI tools help us to make it a neutral tone rather than a biased tone. Okay. It is going to do data validation. Whenever there is missing data, it is going to fill the missing data. Missing data analysis itself is a very big study in research. Okay, and it does intelligent data cleaning. It will identify any outliers, any untoward kind of a thing. For example, in one record, when I asked for the gender, he said the person said the gender is female. Later, somewhere I asked a question where it is intended to ask only for females, but the person didn't answer it properly. So I mean, he answered as if a male person answers. So the AI system found the anomaly, saying that this particular record appears to be suspicious because the values are not fitting in a proper way. Okay, so either you ignore them or you fix it in this way. Okay, so wherever there is some mischievous people, when we ask to submit a Google form questionnaire, we don't know what they're filling, who is filling, right? So rubbish also comes into picture. So these kind of things the AI tool can help you. So data collection can be done. Qualitative data analysis. Qualitative means non-numerical. Okay, so you have to do something called coding. When you take a transcript, you have to do coding, you have to do theme extraction, etc. You need to do sentiment analysis, discourse analysis, etc. All these are approaches in qualitative data. So AI tools can help you. You can do case studies using you can prepare a case study for teaching in the class. You can do triangulation of mixed method, etc. Support from literature, qualitative plus quantitative, 3 approach, triangulation of AI using AI tools. It can draw diagrams for you. Word cloud, for example, it can generate for you. I added word cloud as a part of my literature review in my PhD subject. Right? It took a while for me to understand how to use that, but once you practice, you can do it for every time, right? Similarly, quantitative data analysis. Earlier, we have to learn SPSS. We have to learn statistics. Now, if you have data, you attach the Excel file. It does the analysis for you. Right? For example, I have an Excel file with student data. So I gave the file. It is going to compute. It is going to tell me who is the first top 3 ranks. It is going to tell who is absent for most amount of time. I can do all kind of statistical tests. Right? It can do regression between variables, classification, clustering. These are the basic things that an AI tool can do. These are like elementary things that an AI tool does. But for me, when I'm trying to learn research, it was in the 3rd year that I understood what is regression, what is correlation, etc. I entered into statistics after data collection, and then it was like Greek and Latin for me. Okay, I did several post-graduation subjects earlier, but every time research methodology comes, I used to escape the subject, somehow pass the exam. Anything mathematics, statistics, I used to use shortcuts to somehow overcome them. But a PhD doesn't come with shortcuts. You have to do it. So I have to literally learn many tools. But now AI is there. I need not have to learn any tool. You give the Excel file. It does you find the regression between these 2 variables. It does it for you and tell you, right? It does automatic model selection. Modeling is a very important subject in research, especially in social sciences, right? You are going to develop a model with some equations and expressions, so it will help you out in that. And when you want to identify complex relationships, it definitely helps. Similarly, I believe some friends from pure sciences are also there in the group, from mathematics, from physics, chemistry, biology, those kind of subject areas in this particular FDP today. And those kind of people, especially engineering as well. So they use simulation and modeling. So AI can do simulation without a lab to begin with. And once you are successful, once the system clears that yes, you can do this experiment, then probably you can go to the lab and do, right? Earlier days, we have to sit in the lab. People used to die in the lab also, literally, because of this chemical exposure, etc. Scholars used to die doing experiments. But now you do the experiment on a computer first, using simulation, using AI. And if AI clears, then you go for field trials. Okay, it does automation of experimental protocols. I work on some projects for Cochrane Library, that is about psychology and medicine. So they train in conducting research on in the guise of learning. I also teach because teaching is a form of learning. That is what I think, and that is how I connected with Rama man, and that is how we are here. So I hope we have few minutes time to